Welcome to this tutorial for LIMES, version 2.0. LIMES is a tool that compares alternative species partitions obtained from various species delimitation tools. We will start presenting some basic background, as well as the main functions of LIMES. In a second part, we will then demonstrate how LIMES can be used as a standalone executable on a personal computer. LIMES is above all designed to compare alternative species partitions applying statistical indices such as C-tax, MC-tax, R-tax, and match ratio. But you can also use LIMES to customize your own partition file by merging, extracting, and exporting partition files. LIMES is a versatile tool that can read, convert, and export partition files in the SPART format. The program also accepts species partitions coded from Excel or CSV files. To start comparing species partitions in LIMES, first use the Browse button to search for your species partition dataset, which should be saved locally on your computer. After having selected the species partition file, you can import it by clicking on the Load button. LIMES will then check and list your dataset, possibly indicating errors and incorrect file formats, as shown in red in this example. At this step, you can also control the content of your dataset, such as the number of partitions, which is shown in the column named Methods, and the number of samples involved. By clicking on the chevron symbols, you can also visualize the full list of partitions contained in your dataset. If needed, you can select the ones of interest. You can now click on the Partition button to open a new window visualizing your partitions. This preliminary examination will allow you to better visualize each of your partitions with colors by clicking on their name. Each color corresponds to a subset, that is, a species hypothesis inferred by a given method. In this table, each line corresponds to one individual sample, and each column is an alternative partition where numbers denote to which subset an individual has been assigned. You also have the option to compare partitions by simply clicking on two different partitions. Now, let's click on the button named Indices to perform calculations of indices. After clicking the Indices button, you will see various comparative indices such as C-tax, R-tax, MC-tax, and match ratio, calculated for the partitions that you have previously uploaded and selected. All these results can be exported as a text file by clicking on the Save button in the upper right corner of the program window. Additionally, you can also use LIMES to customize your own composite SPART file. This means you can combine partitions from one or various uploaded files into a single partition file. For this purpose, you first select the partitions of interest to be merged, as shown here. After selecting the partitions of interest to be merged, you can initiate the process by clicking on the Export button to obtain your own composite SPART file. For more information, refer to the publications that explain LIMES, the SPART format, and the iTaxoTools suite of programs.